The alien species had dominated countless systems, their advanced technology and meticulous strategy ensuring victory in every conquest. To them, humanity was just another primitive species, living on an obscure planet with no notable advancements or apparent strengths. Humans, they assumed, were unremarkable, creatures limited by their biology, inferior intellect, and lack of sophisticated weaponry. When intelligence reports suggested humanity was capable of some resistance, the alien commanders dismissed it as an exaggeration, certain that any conflict would be over quickly. They saw humans as little more than an inconvenience, a minor obstacle to be removed. Confident in their superiority, the aliens decided to initiate a campaign to assert control over Earth and establish dominance. They deployed an elite battalion, well equipped with advanced weaponry and shielded armor, assuming this force would be more than sufficient. Their plan was straightforward: overwhelm any human resistance with sheer technological might, and then secure the planet under their rule. They believed this mission would reinforce their reputation across the galaxy and cement their image as the uncontested rulers of any world they set their sights on. But the initial encounter did not unfold as they had expected. When their forces landed, they anticipated submission or, at most, disorganized resistance from the humans. Instead, they met with coordinated efforts that demonstrated both strategy and understanding of terrain. Human defenders attacked with precision, hitting vulnerable points and quickly retreating before the aliens could react. Every ambush, every skirmish, seemed calculated, and the aliens found themselves struggling to adapt to humanity's unpredictability. Far from the easy subjugation they had planned, their forces were forced to regroup, processing the unexpected level of human resistance. The aliens were startled by the humans' resilience. Despite facing overwhelming odds, humans exhibited a tenacity that defied the aliens' understanding of combat psychology. Even when human soldiers sustained injuries, they pressed forward, using unconventional methods that showed an instinct for survival. The aliens, who prided themselves on discipline and control, were unsettled by the humans' apparent lack of fear and the way they leveraged every advantage, however small. It became clear that the humans were not simply reacting, they were adapting, adjusting their approach based on each skirmish's outcome, and learning from every encounter. Human adaptability was not just a theoretical concept, it played out in real time. The alien commanders, accustomed to predictable battles, were frustrated by the humans' unpredictability. Humans seemed to thrive on challenges, adjusting tactics, using the terrain to their benefit, and employing strategies the aliens hadn't anticipated. They blended tactics from their history, using guerrilla warfare, ambushes, and an astonishingly coordinated defense. The aliens began to realize that this was no ordinary species. Humanity's response was more than instinctive, it was calculated and precise, as if every human understood exactly what was at stake. The aliens tried to double down on their efforts, deploying heavier units and more advanced weaponry, convinced that greater firepower would crush any remaining human resistance. But as they escalated their tactics, so did humanity. The humans' ability to analyze, adapt, and respond with unyielding focus turned every skirmish into a costly affair for the alien forces. What was intended to be a simple display of power was now becoming a frustrating and costly engagement. The humans were proving to be more than an inconvenient species, they were becoming a formidable opponent. The alien commanders were forced to reevaluate their strategies. Every assumption they'd held about humanity was proving false. They had believed that fear of superior technology would drive humans to surrender, but instead, it seemed to strengthen their resolve. Humans displayed an unwavering determination that went beyond anything the aliens had encountered before. Each human soldier seemed driven by something deeper, an unbreakable spirit that no amount of technological superiority could diminish. The aliens could not understand it, but they were beginning to respect it, even if reluctantly. As the humans continued to resist, the aliens started to see their reputation as apex predators was well earned. Humans showed an innate understanding of combat, beyond strategy or skill, as though survival had been woven into their very nature. They did not merely fight, they hunted, assessed weaknesses, and struck with precision, wasting no effort. This was not random resistance but a clear demonstration of humanity's predatory instincts, a quality the aliens had not anticipated and were ill-prepared to counter. What they had dismissed as primitive aggression was, in fact, a refined survival mechanism honed over millennia. Alien soldiers reported back with unsettling stories of human tactics, of ambushes and traps set with an intelligence that bordered on terrifying. They had believed humans to be just another prey species, yet each encounter told a different story. The humans' willingness to press on, to fight with a focus that bordered on feral, was an experience none of the alien forces had expected. The alien commanders began to realize they were dealing with a species that would not yield, one that was willing to endure anything to defend its home. The tide of arrogance among the alien ranks began to shift into a simmering tension, a growing awareness that they had underestimated humanity at a fundamental level. The initial confidence they had once held was now tainted with doubt as reports of their forces' losses continued to accumulate. The aliens were forced to confront the fact that their perception of humanity as a simple, weak species had blinded them to a far more dangerous reality. They had assumed they could walk over humanity without consequence, but they were now facing the uncomfortable truth that humans were far more formidable than they had imagined. The early phase of their invasion had turned from what they thought would be a swift conquest into an increasingly difficult struggle. The aliens, once so assured of their dominance, were now realizing the extent of their miscalculation. Each encounter revealed more of humanity's capability, more evidence of their instinct to survive and their natural affinity for combat. The aliens had begun to glimpse why humans were referred to as apex predators, not because of any technological superiority but because of an unmatched drive and adaptability that allowed them to thrive under pressure. This first phase had turned into a costly lesson for the alien forces, a lesson in humility and respect that was being paid in the lives of their soldiers and the depletion of their resources. The aliens now understood that humanity was not to be underestimated, and that their initial assumptions about Earth's inhabitants had been dangerously flawed. Far from being an easy target, humanity was revealing itself as a force that could not only hold its ground but make even the galaxy's most advanced species question their own invincibility. The alien commanders, reeling from the unexpected resistance, quickly reassessed their approach. Determined to regain control, they deployed advanced tactical units and reinforced their forces with more sophisticated technology, convinced that increased firepower would overcome humanity's stubborn defense. They believed that by intensifying their assault, they would finally bring an end to the humans' defiance. However, humanity's response once again took them by surprise. The humans did not fall back. Instead, they adapted, transforming each new challenge into an opportunity to counteract the alien strategies. Humans seemed to possess an innate understanding of adaptability that extended beyond simple tactics. They analyzed the alien forces' movements, recalibrating their own actions in real time. What had started as defensive maneuvers quickly shifted into offensive strategies that capitalized on the aliens' weaknesses. The humans showed a profound understanding of their environment, using terrain, weather, and even alien technology against their opponents. Their adaptability went beyond mere survival. It was an ability to thrive under unpredictable circumstances, which left the aliens increasingly disoriented. As the battle intensified, the aliens' frustration grew. They had never encountered a species that could so quickly adjust to their every move, countering their strategies with precision and creativity. Human forces seemed to anticipate alien maneuvers, striking vulnerable points with an efficiency that the aliens found almost unnerving. Alien commanders tried to outmaneuver them, but humanity's ability to read and adapt to each situation left the aliens at a loss. No matter how they escalated, humans met them at every turn with relentless determination and strategic depth that bordered on instinctual. The human approach was unlike anything the aliens had experienced. Other species either surrendered or fell apart under sustained assault, but humans seemed to absorb each new tactic, adjust, and counterattack with renewed vigor. The humans' capacity to innovate under pressure was extraordinary. They repurposed alien technology and incorporated it into their own strategies, using it against the very forces that had introduced it. This ability to turn every disadvantage into an asset shook the aliens to their core, as they realized that the humans were not just surviving, they were evolving with each engagement. Alien forces, once so confident in their advanced weaponry, now began to view it as a liability. The humans had a way of exploiting every tool they encountered, learning its strengths and weaknesses faster than the aliens thought possible. Each time the aliens deployed new technology, humans responded with clever counters that turned the weapon's power back on its creators. This pattern became a haunting cycle. Every escalation by the aliens was met with an equal and opposite reaction from the humans, a reminder of humanity's relentless adaptability. For the alien troops on the ground, morale began to falter. Reports circulated of human units outsmarting alien platoons, of soldiers who adapted to alien tactics so swiftly that it felt as if they had predicted them in advance. Alien soldiers, once assured of their superiority, now found themselves hesitant, second-guessing their training and their confidence in their technology. They had come to Earth expecting a quick and decisive victory, but instead they were facing an opponent who made even their most advanced strategies seem inadequate. The realization that humans could not be broken as easily as other species sowed a new, unspoken fear among the alien ranks. Alien commanders, growing increasingly desperate, ordered their forces to deploy more extreme measures. Specialized units were sent in, equipped with experimental weapons meant to overwhelm and disorient. They implemented intense psychological tactics, hoping to destabilize the human forces. But the humans absorbed these assaults as they had all others. Rather than crumbling under the pressure, they adapted again, finding ways to counter and even neutralize the new weaponry. Each attempt to outmaneuver the humans only seemed to fuel their resourcefulness, revealing another layer of tactical depth that left the aliens scrambling. The human response went beyond adaptability. It became clear to the aliens that there was a deeper, almost primal drive within their adversaries. Humans were not simply reacting to threats, they were transforming their entire approach to match the shifting conditions of the battlefield. This level of adaptability required not just skill but a level of focus and commitment the aliens had not anticipated. Humanity's ability to absorb and counteract every escalation was a revelation that shook the very foundation of the aliens' assumptions about warfare and strength. As losses mounted, the alien commanders found themselves in an unfamiliar position, one of doubt and hesitation. They had always believed that superior technology and numbers were the keys to victory, but humanity had exposed the flaws in that belief. The humans were using strategy, improvisation, and an unrelenting spirit to dismantle their forces piece by piece. Every tactical advantage the aliens thought they held had been neutralized, turned into a disadvantage by human ingenuity. It was a humbling experience for a species that had never before faced such a persistent and adaptive adversary. In the Alien Command Center, discussions became tense, marked by a growing uncertainty that permeated even the most hardened ranks. Strategies that had brought victory countless times before were now failing. Alien commanders, once so assured of their dominance, began to question whether they had fundamentally misunderstood what made a species powerful. They had misjudged humanity's capabilities, believing them to be weak, but the reality was proving to be the opposite. Humans were not only resilient but strategic predators who used every encounter to gain the upper hand. Realizing their mistake, the aliens attempted one final strategy, pooling their remaining resources into a last-ditch offensive designed to crush humanity's defenses once and for all. They concentrated their firepower, directing all their forces toward what they believed were weak points in the human lines. But humanity met this offensive with an unyielding response, adapting to the onslaught with an intensity that stunned the alien forces. The humans had anticipated the escalation, preparing defenses and countermeasures that turned the aliens' last-ditch effort into yet another failed assault. The alien forces, once so sure of their victory, now faced a sobering reality. Humanity had proven to be an adversary unlike any other, an opponent who refused to be broken, no matter the odds. Every battle, every clash, had strengthened the humans' resolve and refined their tactics. The aliens, who had once viewed themselves as predators, were now being hunted, outsmarted at every turn by a species they had dismissed as inferior. Humanity had taken every escalation, every new weapon, and transformed it into a lesson in resilience, leaving the aliens with a humbling realization of the true nature of human adaptability and strength. The alien commanders, rattled by humanity's unyielding resistance, found themselves confronted by an unfamiliar sensation: fear. The realization that every strategy, every escalation they employed was swiftly countered left them in a state of disbelief. They had underestimated the humans' capacity for tactical evolution, but now it was clear that adaptability was not humanity's only strength. In each encounter, humans were not merely defending, they were hunting, assessing weaknesses with an intensity that bordered on predatory instinct. What the aliens had dismissed as primitive aggression was, in fact, a calculated response born from a deep-rooted survival drive. Humanity was revealing an edge that transcended technology or brute force, a relentless will that could not be subdued. With every engagement, the aliens saw firsthand the humans' willingness to take calculated risks, pushing boundaries the aliens would never have considered. Where most species would retreat under sustained fire, the humans pressed forward, using every setback as a stepping stone to learn, adapt, and strike back with even greater precision. Injuries and losses that would demoralize other armies only seemed to strengthen their resolve. This unwavering resilience was something alien soldiers found profoundly unsettling. Humans operated with a focus that could not be disrupted, their eyes set firmly on their objective, willing to face any threat head-on. The alien forces, used to quick victories, now faced an opponent that not only refused to submit but thrived under pressure, treating each skirmish as an opportunity to hone their skills. The alien commanders, in a final attempt to regain control, deployed their most elite units, highly trained soldiers who had never known defeat. These forces were equipped with the best technology and tactics their civilization had to offer, yet even they found themselves unable to break the humans' advance. Human forces responded to these elite units with a relentless pursuit, employing strategies that played on the aliens' growing frustration. Ambushes and feints became commonplace as humans manipulated the battlefield to their advantage, turning once promising engagements into traps that wore down the alien forces. The humans exhibited an innate understanding of psychological warfare, unsettling their opponents with silence, unpredictability, and a refusal to yield. This psychological toll began to weigh heavily on the alien soldiers, who had once taken pride in their unshakable discipline. Stories circulated among their ranks of human resilience, of soldiers who refused to go down easily, who fought back with a determination that seemed almost inhuman. Alien soldiers who once viewed humans as insignificant adversaries now faced an unsettling truth. They were dealing with a force that seemed unstoppable, driven by an instinct for survival and victory that they could not understand. Every encounter added to the growing sense of dread, each ambush reinforcing the realization that humanity would not be defeated by traditional means. The humans' relentless nature, their refusal to back down, began to shape the aliens' perception of them. They were no longer seen as just another species fighting for survival, but as predators who understood the art of war in ways that defied conventional logic. The humans anticipated moves with an almost predatory intuition, always a step ahead, exploiting every lapse in alien defenses. For every inch of ground gained, humans took back twice as much, refusing to let the aliens establish any foothold. The battle had shifted from a struggle for dominance to a test of endurance, one in which humanity was proving to be a formidable and unyielding opponent. The alien commanders watched in disbelief as their forces, once confident and invincible, grew wary and hesitant. Humanity had transformed the battlefield into a proving ground for their adaptability, their resilience, and their ruthlessness. The once disciplined alien forces now faltered, haunted by the memories of ambushes and the eerie silence of a battlefield dominated by human resolve. Every tactic the humans employed felt designed to erode their confidence, to turn their own fear against them. What had begun as a mission to subjugate Earth was now a fight for survival, with the aliens struggling to maintain any semblance of control in the face of humanity's relentless advance. As the engagements dragged on, it became clear to the alien commanders that humanity was something far beyond what they had ever encountered. The humans were apex predators, not merely because of their strength but because of their sheer refusal to yield. They fought with a fury and precision that defied conventional warfare, leveraging their knowledge, their adaptability, and a primal determination that had become the aliens' worst nightmare. No amount of reinforcements, no tactical adjustment could weaken the humans' resolve. Each alien defeat underscored humanity's status as apex predators, capable of turning even the most formidable opponents into prey. Facing a battle they could not win, the alien forces grew desperate. Leaders who had once mocked humanity's potential were now issuing desperate commands, trying to salvage a situation that had spiraled out of control. Alien soldiers, once eager for conquest, were now consumed by fear, retreating whenever human forces appeared. Humanity had reshaped the battlefield into a hunting ground, a place where their adversaries were no longer warriors but targets, slowly worn down by a species that thrived in the face of adversity. The humans pursued relentlessly, refusing to allow their opponents a moment's respite, pressing them with an intensity that left the aliens questioning their very survival. The alien commander's final gambit, a coordinated, all-out assault meant to break humanity's defenses, was met with a calculated and merciless counterattack. The humans anticipated the move, using every advantage they had accumulated from previous encounters. The result was devastating. Alien forces, once the pride of their civilization, crumbled under the weight of humanity's onslaught. The alien commanders watched helplessly as their best units were decimated, their advanced technology rendered useless in the face of humanity's relentless assault. Humanity's tactics had stripped away every layer of alien superiority, exposing vulnerabilities the aliens had never even considered. In the end, the alien forces were left scattered and demoralized, reduced to a fraction of their original strength. The humans had proven to be not just capable defenders but predators who understood how to dismantle an enemy's strategy from within, turning every strength into a weakness. For the alien soldiers who survived, the memory of humanity's ferocity would linger, a stark reminder of what it meant to face a species that refused to be conquered. They had learned, through painful experience, why humans were regarded as apex predators. As the alien forces pulled back, shattered and demoralized, the full weight of their defeat settled across their ranks. What had begun as a mission of dominance had transformed into a nightmare, a lesson paid for in blood and pride. Alien survivors, once proud warriors of an advanced civilization, now bore the weight of failure, marked by the scars of their encounters with humanity. Word spread quickly among the remaining troops of how humans had dismantled their strategies, turned their technology against them, and redefined the very nature of combat. What they had once viewed as an insignificant species had shown them the true meaning of strength, resilience, and the ferocity of an apex predator. Stories of the battle were whispered among alien ranks with a mix of awe and fear. Each tale painted humans as relentless, as a species that fought not just to survive but to assert an unbreakable will. Humanity's reputation spread rapidly, becoming a warning that echoed through alien command structures and beyond, even to the distant reaches of the galaxy. The aliens now understood that the humans' adaptability and tenacity were not mere tactics. They were the essence of a species shaped by millennia of survival, a force tempered in adversity and unwilling to yield to any power. To confront humanity was to confront a will that could not be subdued. For the alien leaders, the psychological toll of the defeat was as profound as the physical losses. They had built their power on the assumption of superiority, an arrogance that blinded them to humanity's potential. Now, they were forced to acknowledge the limitations of their strategies, recognizing that all their technological advantages could not shield them from an enemy as adaptable and fierce as humanity. Alien commanders, once confident in their methods, now faced a humbling truth: humanity's resilience was a strength no weapon or tactic could diminish. Their forces had not been defeated by firepower alone but by the relentless spirit of a species that refused to submit. As the remnants of the alien forces retreated, they spread tales of human strength, warning others of the cost of underestimating Earth's inhabitants. Across distant worlds, the image of humanity as apex predators took hold, embedding itself in the consciousness of civilizations who had once dismissed humans as unremarkable. Humanity's determination, their ability to turn each setback into a lesson and every disadvantage into a weapon, became the stuff of legend. The aliens, who had once seen themselves as unassailable, now bore witness to a galaxy where humanity was no longer a minor player but a force to be reckoned with. In time, these stories reached the ears of other species, sparking curiosity and caution alike. Diplomatic envoys began to approach humanity not with arrogance but with a newfound respect, aware that the same strength that had dismantled a formidable alien invasion could as easily be turned against any who threatened them. Humanity's presence in the galaxy had shifted from curiosity to respect, their reputation solidified as both formidable allies and fearsome adversaries. Other civilizations looked to Earth with a mixture of admiration and wariness, understanding that humanity's power was not in technology alone but in their unbreakable resolve and strategic cunning. The alien survivors, haunted by their defeat, found themselves changed. The certainty they once held in their own supremacy was gone, replaced by a deep-rooted understanding of humanity's nature. The humans' relentless pursuit, their refusal to retreat, and their uncanny ability to turn every encounter into a lesson had left an indelible mark. For the aliens, this was more than just a defeat, it was a transformation in perspective. They had been shown that true power lay not in technology or size, but in the resilience and adaptability that only a species like humanity could possess. They had learned, through painful experience, why humans were indeed apex predators. Alien leaders convened to discuss their future approach to Earth, each one acutely aware of the need to treat humanity with respect. The old assumptions about conquest and control had been shattered, and the new consensus was clear: humanity could not be subdued by traditional means. They recognized that humans thrived in conflict, evolving and adapting with a speed and ferocity that defied prediction. Any future confrontation would be a gamble few were willing to take, knowing that humanity would approach every battle as an opportunity to sharpen their skills further. Humanity had become a symbol of what it meant to survive against all odds, a force that no species could afford to underestimate. In the galaxy's corridors of power, humanity's legend only grew, inspiring a blend of fear and admiration among those who had witnessed or heard of their defiance. Other civilizations, even those with no direct interest in Earth, began to take note. They saw humanity as a testament to the strength that came not from brute force but from an indomitable spirit. It became widely understood that, should humanity be threatened again, their response would be as fierce and unyielding as the battle they had just fought. No longer seen as a passive, isolated species, humans were now viewed as a force capable of reshaping the galaxy's balance of power. For humanity, the victory was a validation of their survival instincts, a demonstration of the strength they had cultivated through adversity. They had shown the galaxy that they were not merely another species but a force shaped by struggle, one that valued freedom and resilience above all else. Their reputation as apex predators was not a title they had sought but one they had earned, proving to any who would listen that humanity was here to stay. They understood the weight of this victory and the responsibility it brought. This was not just about defending Earth but about establishing a place of respect and security within a galaxy that was beginning to understand the true nature of human strength. In the end, humanity's victory over the alien forces became a cornerstone of their legacy. They had taught a harsh lesson to those who sought to conquer them, demonstrating that they were not prey to be hunted but predators who could, and would, defend their place among the stars. This victory left a lasting impression on the galaxy, a reminder of what happened when humans were underestimated. Their resilience had reshaped the perceptions of species across distant worlds, leaving humanity with a legacy as fierce defenders and strategic masterminds. For generations, the story of humanity's defiance would serve as both inspiration and caution, a reminder that some species could not be measured by technological might alone. Humanity's reputation as apex predators would endure, a testament to the strength that could only be forged through a lifetime of struggle.